Good evening and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Playoff Basketball from the Walmart Digital, One Radio Square Sports, and KZOR. Tonight's game is brought to you by Aftermath Hot Oil Services, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, the First American Bank of Lovington, B&B Rentals, Bob's Thriftway, the Gandy Corporation, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, New Mexico Junior College, the Lovington Schools, Lico, Now Pharmacy, Lasco Construction, Stone Oilfield Services, and Norley General Hospital, also brought to you by IPS Incorporated and R360. Tonight's video is approved by the New Mexico Activities Association with rights granted by that organization and purchased by New Walmart Broadcasting and New Walmart Digital. It is the opening round of the 2026 New Cinda NMAA State Basketball Playoffs, and it is a familiar matchup for your Lovington Lady Cats tonight as they'll be taking on the Portales Lady Rams. So the 8-9 battle, and it happens to be a district matchup. Really, this season, the Portales Lady Rams have been kryptonite for the Lovington Lady Cats. Of course, they played twice. I think we all expected them to play a third time. That did not happen. Both of these teams were upset in the district tournament, but when they first met 1 month ago today, it was at our place at Wildcat Gym, and the Lady Cats falling in overtime 51-48. Then we came here a couple of weeks ago, and it was Portales 60-52 winning in that one. Now, since we've seen them last, both teams lost in the opening round of the 4-4A district tournament, with Lovington being upset by Artesia 40-37 on the home court, and Portales being upset by Goddard 60-51. Here, that was Goddard's win, and that did punch their ticket into the playoffs. Their run already ending. They played Kirtland Central earlier today and were knocked out 61-40. So the winner of this game will play Kirtland at 3 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon at the Pit. That's what you want to get here to do. You've got to get past a familiar opponent tonight. So the Lady Cats are looking to get a little redemption, maybe. It has been a long time since this team and this program has had an opportunity to go and play in the Albuquerque portion of the tournament. They've fallen in the opening round the last 3 years. And again, I looked earlier, and of course I left my notes back at the office, but it's been at least a decade since the Lady Cats got up to the Albuquerque portion of the tournament. They want to change that here tonight. I think for the Lovington Lady Cats, the way they're going to have to do that, they are going to have to find some way to shake Ashlyn Barunda free. She is the straw that stirs the drink, if you will, for the most part on the offensive side of things for the Lovington Lady Cats. And Portales in their 2 previous games has managed to really just lock her down. She's still gotten her points. It's a case of they have contained and not let her beat them. They've also done a good job with Abby Schaus in the middle. They're just keeping somebody on her, keeping her blocked out and trying to, and they've done a good job of keeping her from really being a monster on the boards and fighting for every rebound, winning some of those battles and keeping her from getting the easy putbacks on the offensive glass. So going to be important to get those two going. And I think the other important thing, and it's something we've really talked about all year, they've got to find that third wheel. The Portales team, the 2 times we've seen them this season, they've basically said both times, well, we're going to make sure that we contain Barunda, we're going to contain Schaus, and we're going to make somebody else beat us, and nobody has managed to. They've had some flashes out of girls like Corral and Blackwell, but not enough sustained pressure to pull that pressure off of Barunda or Schaus to really open things up. If Lovington can find a way to do that, then it could be, and I think it will be, a different outcome here tonight. Of course, what's the old saying? The best plans, go to heck as soon as the other team gets involved. That wasn't exactly what the quote was, but that was cleaning it up enough for broadcast purposes. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services. W.H. Stone and the entire Stone family right there in Lovington. If you need anything out in the patch, the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services can provide it for you. W.H. Stone and the whole Stone family proud supporters of your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. As we continue the pregame report here, of course, this is the first of 7 games tonight. We've actually got 5, all starting at the same time. So 5 games tonight, 2 tomorrow, 7 Lee County teams in the opening round of the playoffs. We've got all of those for you. Video rights on all but the Jowl girls tonight. Of course, all those video rights purchased by New Walmart Digital from the New Mexico Activities Association. Tomorrow we will have video on the Hobbs boys game. Hobbs Sports YouTube. We will not have video on the Eunice game. We were not able to acquire the rights on those. So tonight, other than this one, in the 5A opening round going on at Task Arena, the Hobbs Lady Eagles taking on the Piedra Vista squad. Same team they faced in the opening round last year, and Hobbs absolutely destroyed them last year. As long as they show up, I don't expect anything different on that one. There's another 8-9 matchup in the 2A ranks as Jowl up in McCurdy taking on the Lady Bobcats. So that's a team in a matchup that I think Jowl very well could win, just the way the seedings and the matrix worked. They seeded Jowl 9th, probably more like a 6 or a 7. But when you're in a district with Texaco and Tatum, well, that's going to happen. And that brings us to Tatum as they're taking on Eunice, another district matchup tonight. That game going on in Tatum starting at 6 o'clock. Free video available, both calls on that. Thanks to Tatum Schools for allowing us to do that. Also, thank you to the Portales Schools for allowing us to video here. They get veto rights when somebody other than the preferred provider, if you will, from the NMAA gets the video rights, and always great folks to work with here in Portales, and we appreciate them always being so nice and so accommodating. We may be rivals on the court and on the field, but we are friends when it comes to everything else. But heartfelt thank you to them. They've always been great to work with at that level. So the team's out warming up as we continue our Stone Oilfield Services pregame report, getting ready for the start of this 2026 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Basketball Tournament. Winner moves on to the 3 o'clock game in the pit next Tuesday afternoon against Kirtland Central, the #1 team in the state. Can't worry about Kirtland Central and the Lady Broncos yet, though. You've got to worry about what you've got in front of you in the Lady Rams of Portales. All right, Tiff, got your message, and I will bump things down just a little bit. For the Lovington Lady Cats on the season, coming in at 19-8. Overall, they were 4-2 in district, 0-1 in the district tournament. But of their 8 losses on the season, 2 of them coming to the team that'll be wearing black and red tonight. That, of course, being the Portales Lady Rams of first-year head coach Jonathan Langen. 15-11 on the year. They were 5-1 in district. They pulled it together. Their only district loss coming to Goddard at Goddard before they fell to them in the district tournament here. So 2 of their 11 losses coming to a team that we know for 100% fact they will not be seeing again this season. So the teams wrapping up their warm-ups. We are getting ready for the national anthem and the introduction of players. So we'll wrap up your Stone Oilfield Services pregame report. Stone Oilfield Services, W.H. Stone and the whole Stone family, they got your back out in the patch, and they are proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lovington Lady Cats. Back for the starting lineups and the tip-off right after this. This is exclusive video coverage of the 2026 NMAA State Basketball Playoffs from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Back in just a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand, and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Playoff Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Exclusive video rights tonight from the New Mexico Activities Association and purchased by New Walmart Digital. Starting lineups for the Lady Rams under head coach Jonathan Langen. Number 10, Maria Lujan. Number 14, Lizette Gomez. Number 20, Molly Ainsworth. Number 21, Samantha Babalola. And number 22, Addison Mayberry. Portales in the home whites with the red letters and numbers. For your Lady Cats, pretty much what we've seen all year. Number 10, Braylon Hernandez. Number 14, Ashlyn Barunda. 23, Leslie Corral. 24, Jabri Rios. And 42, Abigail Schaus. The Lady Cats in the home blues with the white letters and numbers. It's the 8-9 matchup, and we are ready to go. So basketball playoff time here in the land of enchantment. The opening tip controlled into the hands of Barunda. Ashlyn takes it hard to the rack off the tip. Misses the point-blank layup, but Abby is there with the rebound and the putback, and Lovington strikes first. So Portales controls the ball. Lovington got it off the opening tip. Backcourt pressure, ball loose on the court. Flashing for it, going through it is Lujan, and they are going to call the jump ball. It'll stay in the hands of Portales. Good defensive pressure for the Lovington Lady Cats. They're going to drop back in the D now as Molly Ainsworth will inbound it to Lujan. So to the front court to Babalola. Moving it to, that'll be Ainsworth. She takes it in, partially blocked. Has to toss it out. Goes to Mayberry. Mayberry to the left baseline and then blocked with a big way and a big piece of authority by Abby Schaus. She took Gomez to the woodshed, knocked it out, and last touch by Portales. That'll be their first turnover. Lovington leads 2-0, 30 seconds into this one already. A couple of big defensive moves. Corral with backcourt pressure on her, gets it to Barunda. She'll turn it up against two. Long cross-court pass, bouncing it to Braylon Hernandez. Braylon trying to throw the high inlet pass to Abby on the post. Can't handle it and out of bounds. That'll be the first turnover for the Lady Cats. I like the planning. Not a lot of room for Schaus to move under there. Of course, Abby next year will be playing in Odessa, or rather UTPB. So her last time on the floor here in Portales, at least at Portales. And Babalola sneaks through and goes through and hard to the rack and scores. Ties it up and then is going to be fouled. As see who for sure they clock that one on. They're going to call Jabri Rios for the foul. That'll be Jabri's first personal. And Babalola at the line for the and one, gets it home, and that will put Portales up 3-2 here early. Full court pressure is on and knocked away by Mayberry. This is something Lovington's had a little trouble with in their previous two meetings, is the full court pressure. So bouncing it in, getting it to Barunda. Barunda to Jabri, and then Jabri gets the pocket picked by Lujan. Second turnover for the Lady Cats. Back the other way, and then airmailing it to Mayberry and out. So a quick turnover for Portales. So give it back to Lovington on their baseline. 3-2, a minute 10 gone here in the first quarter. You would expect nothing less than this one to be a battle. To Schaus, wide open. Misses the point-blank layup, but Jabri is there with the rebound. Can't make it, and then Lujan going to come away with it. And back down comes Portales. The long pass to Mayberry. She's blocked in the high post and into the hands of Schaus. And then Abby going to get fouled. They're going to whistle that one on Gomez. Her first personal, first team foul after the turnover. Bad foul for Coach Langen's squad. So both teams kind of feeling each other out right now. And the inbound is stolen away. Third turnover, and then put it up and in for Mayberry. And so a 5-0 run makes it a 5-2 ball game. Still early, though. Handed off to Corral under pressure, and they will tick Lujan for that one. Her first personal, second team foul. So it'll be Lovington basketball on the far sideline. Coach Langen hollering something at Babalola. And it'll be Lovington basketball from the sideline in the backcourt to Corral. Lujan gives her just a little room. The freshman directs traffic. Still trapped up in the backcourt, finally gets it across. Just a high pass to Abby at the top of the arc. Schaus back to Corral. As then switching off on her will be Lujan. Picks up the dribble, needs some movement. Trying to throw it into Jabri. Jabri gets tackled. Why is there not a whistle on that? And they're going to call jump ball, and it'll be Portales basketball. Fourth turnover for the Lady Cats. Nope, they changed the possession arrow, so no turnover. Lovington having some problems early with the Portales pressure. Toss it in, and that one's swatted away by Mayberry. Both these teams wanting to go to the pit on Tuesday afternoon. It's been over a week since both these squads played. So a little bit of rust there. Got to get it in, and Braylon will not, and that will be the fourth turnover for the Lady Cats. As Barunda, before that inbound, was hollering at her squad, move it around, move, find some space. Didn't manage to do it that time, so Lovington will drop back 2-3 look in the defense. As Lujan will run the point, crosses into the offensive zone, and around to Mayberry. Back to Lujan, then Babalola in front of the Lovington bench, and then she's going to travel. Each team's with 4 turnovers, but Portales with 5 points here in the early goings. So it'll be Hernandez, Braylon, inbounding it from just to the left of her own bench. She'll toss it into Corral. Corral looks for some room to move. Babalola comes over to help, then drops out as Lovington crosses the timeline. Toss it over near side. Jabry getting mugged by Babalola. Still no call. And back out to Corral. Lovington will reset the high inlet pass to Abby in the right block. Shot up, no good. And Babalola and finally Mayberry will come away with the rebound off of the tip and back the other way. They'll toss it over to Lujan on the left baseline and up and in. And a 7-0 run. And I think Chief wants the timeout. And yes, he does. With 5:06 remaining here in the first, and Chief is barking, and I think he's got a reason to. There's been some muggins there that have not been called. It will just be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thanks to our friends at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, B&B Rentals, First American Bank of Lovington, Bob's Thriftway, and the Gandy Corp, among others. A lot of support for these Lady Cats, and we appreciate all of it. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. You're hearing their ads, so be sure you thank them with your business when the time comes. 5:06 remaining, first quarter. Lovington got off to a fast start, scored on their opening possession, but then they have been absolutely locked down by Portales, and Portales has gone on a 7-0 run to take the 7-2 lead. So Lovington basketball out of the Lady Cat timeout. Hernandez will inbound it. That's Braylon. Tosses into Corral and immediately runs into traffic and turns it over. And the little point-blank runner shot up, no good. And off of the tip, it'll be Mayberry with another rebound. They'll reset to Lujan, taking it into the deep left corner. Corral and her collide. Ball goes into the backcourt, and they're going to call backcourt violation on Mayberry. So each team with 5 turnovers. Sorry, I am running everything solo tonight. I will try and do a better job with the camera. So Braylon to inbound it from the far sideline. She's got to get it in. Finally, she will. Now Barunda will control. They have had Mayberry and Ainsworth on her like a cheap shirt all first quarter long. Look for it to continue most of the game. Trying to toss it over. Knocked away by Mayberry and then kicked out by Mayberry. It'll stay Lovington basketball. As again, Lovington has had no answer for the pressure being applied by the Lady Rams. Some subs coming in for Portales. April Macho Benavides and Delaney Bonda both checking in for Portales. So getting some fresh legs on the court to continue the pressure. Chief still has 5 starters on the floor. And the inbound comes into Corral. Leslie pushing it forward to Jabry. Rios tossing to Schaus. High post takes it low post, goes over Macho, gets her own rebound, and her putback will fall. To make that 4 points, 2 rebounds for Schaus, and she breaks a 7-0 run by Portales. Mayberry to the front court, bouncing near side. And they're going to say she stepped on the line. So a backcourt violation for Portales and an opportunity now for the Lady Cats to chop into this 3-point deficit. 4:11 remaining in the first. Winner plays Tuesday afternoon at the Pit against number 1 Kirtland Central. Not worried about that here. To Rios, picks up the dribble back out between the rings. To Corral, cycles it from the left to the right, handing it off to Hernandez. Braylon between the rings. Portales doing a nice job keeping everybody away from even the arc, really. Push it in and over the head of everybody and right into the hands of Bonda. They're going to get Abby for the little lift. So that'll be her first personal. Second team foul on Lovington, and that'll be their 6th turnover. So each team with 6 turnovers, 2 team fouls apiece. As Mayberry inbounds it, just underhands it to Lujan. She'll cross into the offensive zone for the Lady Rams here at the Ram Athletic Center, the rack. Bonda with it, wearing the headgear tonight. Over to Lujan, look at 3 from the left wing. It is in and out off of the tip. It'll come out to Ainsworth, who pulls the 3-point trigger, no good. And Abby will pull down that one for her 3rd board of the ball game. To Barunda, and they immediately trap her up with 2, make that 3 players. Gets mugged, still no call. Another mugging, no call, but Corral maintains it. To Braylon. Braylon takes it to the left baseline, picks up the dribble, needs some help. Gets it to Corral. Lujan switches off on her quickly to Jabry, wide open. Didn't elect to take the 3. So Corral with it, back out to Jabry. Rios goes against Ainsworth, uses up the dribble, needs some help. They'll reset it with Corral. The high inlet pass to Abby, turnaround from 5, no good. There with the rebound is going to be Hernandez, and she's fouled. Good positioning there for Braylon. So she'll head to the line for 2. They're going to whistle that one on Delaney Bonda, her first personal, 3rd team foul on Portales. So Braylon Hernandez at the line to chip into this Portales lead. Braylon has not had a lot of opportunities at the stripe this year and will miss the first one. So our score remains 7-4 in favor of Portales. 2:45 remaining here in the first. First chance for either team from the free throw line. Braylon eyes it, skies it, and that one is off the mark, but Abby is there with the rebound, gets mugged, and her putback won't fall, but she is fouled, and now it'll be Schaus at the line for 2. As they are going to call the hack on Molly Ainsworth. That'll be her first personal, 4th team foul on Portales. So Schaus at the line. Lovington ready to send a sub in. Abby with all 4 of the Wildcat points. And make it 5 as she rattles that one home. Lovington chips away, now down by 2. Aubrey Rivero coming in. I believe she is an 8th grader. Rivero seeing her first action as Braylon Hernandez will check out. So Chief getting fresh young legs out there as Abby's second one, nothing but the bottom of the net. Good job by Schaus. And so now 7-6. Still Portales in the lead. It'll be Lujan off the inbound. Lovington going to pick him up. She gets it around. They toss it in the fastball, trying to get it to Babalola on the baseline. Knocked away. Ainsworth trying the extra bounce pass. Stays Portales basketball, just right of their own bucket. 2.5 to go in the first, and now it'll be Coach Langen who will take the timeout. Just going to be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thanks to our friends at Lovington Auto Supply, Napa, New Mexico Junior College, the Lovington Municipal Schools, LECO, Now Pharmacy, Lasco Construction, Stone Oilfield Services, Norley Hospital, IPS Incorporated, and R360. Couldn't do it without their help and support, and the help and support of all of our great sponsors. It's because of those folks that we were able to acquire the video rights for this game, and we don't have to charge you to watch your kids and teams play not only in the playoffs, but in the regular season as well. We don't believe in that, and it's because of those great sponsors that we do not have to do this. You wouldn't expect anything different of this one. 7-6 is the score in favor of Portales. Been a back and forth kind of sloppy affair. So now Babalola will inbound it. So Babalola, right of her own basket, gets it in at the 4 count, then a turnaround from 12 and swish for Molly Ainsworth. From the right side, it was just a 2, but that will make it a 9-6 ball game. Corral with pressure from Ainsworth, throws it. Babalola knocks it away. Giving chase is Rivero. It'll stay Lovington basketball right in front of the scorer's table. Again, Lovington has got to figure out some way to break this pressure. Checking in Valeria Silva for Lovington. She's seen some important minutes in the district season. She checks in for the Lady Cats. Corral off the screen gets some room. She'll put up the floater. Not going to fall. Battle for the rebound underneath. Coming away with it will be Ainsworth for her second. And then fighting for it is Silva on the near side. Knocks it out and takes it out off of Ainsworth. 7th turnover for Portales. Give it to Lovington. Left of the bench. Silva looks to inbound it. They'll toss it to Barunda. Barunda working against Mayberry. The high inlet partially tipped. Another turnover for the Lady Cats. Portales wants to run. Tossing over to Lujan. Then coming near side to Mayberry to the right block. And then she double dribbles it. And that'll be turnover number 8 for Portales. The turnovers higher than the score at this point. And the long bounce pass. Rivero will take it to the front court. Then the high inlet to the left baseline for Abby. The fall away from 5 won't fall. Ball loose on the court, and coming away with it is Rivero. The youngster gets it, and then tied up by Lujan. And possession arrow goes back to Portales. 16 turnovers in the ball game, only 15 points combined. Jabri Rios waits to check back in for Lovington. 90 seconds to go here in a fast-moving first quarter. to Babalola in front of the Lovington bench to Ainsworth on the right baseline. Work it around. They'll get it to Babalola and then toss it in. Turn around for Gomez. 15 from the left elbow. Shot up, no good. And the rebound going to be made by Ainsworth, her third, and then she's fouled. So she'll head to the line for two. They are going to get the hack on Silva. That'll be her first personal, third team foul. And Ainsworth heads to the line to shoot two. Portales' first trip to the stripe this evening. Bends the knees, eyes it, skies it. It is off the back of the iron, no good. So the score remains 9-6. As Schaus going to check out, take a well-deserved breather with 1:17 to go. She sits with all 6 of Lovington's points and 4 of their 6 rebounds. Second one on the way for Ainsworth, and that one is going to be off the mark. And Jabry with the rebound. That is her second. To Rivero, push it forward to Silva, who got behind. Nifty little hesitation move and put it home from the right side. Valeria Silva. And Lovington back within 1. 9-8 our score as we click down to 1 minute remaining here in the first. Mayberry to Gomez, get it into Ainsworth, knocked away by Barunda, another turnover forced. But they transition quickly to defense. Bounce it in to Rivero, off of her foot. Corral gets it back in the deep left corner, tries to circle it around. Babalola knocks it away, and it'll go out into the Portales bench. Intense defensive pressure with 39 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 9-8 in favor of the Lady Rams. Jabry gets it into Corral. Looking to move it around. Still tight man pressure being applied by Portales. They are cycling it over. They're kind of leaving Silva alone. Corral to Rios, deep right corner. And around to Rivero. Cycles it, goes to the right baseline, drives in hard, and is going to be blocked. And back the other way comes Portales. That's Lujan. Throw it in to Ainsworth. Right baseline, turn around from 10, and it is good. 4 points for Ainsworth, and now 11-8 the score. Barunda finally gets a little room, but Babalola catches her from behind. Barunda puts up a wild shot at the buzzer, and she is fouled, and so Barunda will head to the line to shoot two after the conclusion of the quarter. The Boo Birds out. Coach Ames Langen not liking it. Well, Barunda should head to the line. And they are going to call the push foul. They're going to call that on Babalola, her first. 5th team foul, not that it matters. It resets at the end of the quarter as the Boo Birds in red are out. So now the question is, what will the final be in the first quarter? Barunda at the line. Ashland's first is up and good. Ashland, her first point of the ball game comes from the charity stripe. Gets Lovington back to, well, now it's 9. It'll be 9 here in a second. And yep, Ashland doesn't let me down. So 11-9 our score at the end of 1. You've got a good one opening round of the playoffs here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Back here at the RAC, the Ram Athletic Center in Portales, opening round of the 2026 Nucinda NMAA State Basketball Playoffs. Number 8, Portales, taking on our number 9, Lovington Lady Cats. Of course, the reason this is the 8-9 is because Portales finished ahead of Lovington in the district. Really, it would probably be reversed if it had been the other way, but since Lovington cannot be seated below Portales, well, that's part of the reason why we are here in Portales. But Portales has been Lady Cat kryptonite. They are 2-0 against the Lady Cats this year. but now's the one that matters, the one that will punch the ticket into the quarterfinals in Albuquerque Tuesday afternoon. So Portales back out on the floor, ready to go. Chief Bridgeforth has his squad ready to go. Leading scorer in the ballgame, Abby Schaus, 6 points. Also the leading rebounder with 4 in that first quarter. And it will be Lovington basketball to start out the second quarter, 11-10. I thought I was right on that. Scoreboard corrected right after we went to break. So 11-10 the score. As Braylon looks to get it in, she'll toss it in right at the 5 count. Gets it to Jabry on the far side of the court. Almost gets stripped from behind. Jabry just has to bounce it over. Comes to Corral. Leslie goes behind the back into traffic and then is going to be fouled. They're going to tick Gomez for that one. That'll be her second personal, first team in the quarter. I think they're going to get Gomez. Wow, they're actually going to get Ainsworth for that one, so that'll be her second personal. And it will put the freshman at the line to shoot 2. Leslie Corral at the free throw line, bends it, eyes it, skies it, good, and we are tied at 11 apiece. So 11 all with 7:51 remaining here in the first quarter. The winner moves on, the loser runs track and plays softball. Corral ready, puts up the second one and gets that one to go on the roll. So Lovington takes their first lead since about this point in the first quarter. They lead it 12-11. Now a little pressure for the Lady Cats. Almost a backcourt violation to Babalola. Tossing it over and overthrowing Ainsworth and right into the hands of Jabry Rios. 10th turnover for Portales. Corral with it, still trapped up in the backcourt. They got 3 on her to Braylon. If they got 3, that means we got 2 open. You got to get it forward to Jabry, who crosses at the 9 count. Picks up the dribble, the high inlet, goes to Abby, puts it up from the left side and is fouled. That one will be on Gomez. Yep, so that'll be her second personal, second team foul. And Abby back to the line for 2. I like the adjustment that Chief made. He is sending the ladies on the attack. If they're going to play you that tough and that tight, way to do it's to attack them. Abby's first one is up, and it is good. 7 points for Schaus makes this a 13-11 ball game. 7:20 remaining in the first half. This is one of them that no lead is safe until the final buzzer sounds. Abby misses that one, and Babalola will come away with the rebound. That is her first. Back down with Ainsworth, tossing it over. Barunda will steal it away. Nice job for Ashland, 11th turnover, and then breaks the pressure by throwing it over the hands. Then to Abby in the right block and up and in from the right baseline as she takes it home. 9 points for Schaus, and Lovington on a bit of a roll. They are now up 15-11. Babalola bouncing it to Ainsworth on the left baseline. Across to Gomez, then back to Babalola. She goes right base. Over to Mayberry from the left block, and then they're going to call the foul. She wasn't shooting. How are they going to call that a shooting foul? They're going to call the hack. They're going to get Jabry for that one. Her second personal, second team foul. Now the Boo Birds and Blue are out. I don't think she was in the act of shooting, but okay. Mayberry with 2 points and bricks the first one. And our score remains 15-11. As Macho Benavidez in, Gomez coming out. Starters on the floor for the Lady Cats. Mayberry, second one is up, and it is good. And she puts Portales on the board here in the second quarter. 3-point Lady Cat lead. And then Babalola picks the pocket. 10th turnover for the Lady Cats. And then that one out, swatted away from behind by Braylon Hernandez. Hernandez, Rios, Schaus, Corral, and Barunda on the floor for the Lady Cats. Babalola in and right into the hands of Ashlyn Barunda. Ashlyn wants to run, switches hands, gets it to Hernandez, who short arms it, but right there to get it is Corral. Flashes through and takes it, and Lovington will reset. To Corral, right corner, 3-ball up, and it is off the mark. And the rebound will be brought down. That'll be by Ainsworth, her fourth. Lovington drops back in defense, up by 3, 6:15 remaining here in the first half. Mayberry to Benavidez to Ainsworth, who goes around Abby, tries the reverse layup, no good, and it'll be the 5th board for Schaus. They try and tie her up, and then they put 3 on her, and that'll leave Corral free. She'll take it to the front court, gets bumped by Gomez. Should stay Lovington basketball as Gomez bumped her, no call on the bump, but they will keep the basketball. Now Zoe Urban checks in for Portales as Molly Ainsworth checks out. Delaney Bonda also in for Portales as Babalola will come out. And now it'll be a timeout taken. So timeout by Coach Chief Bridgeforth. 5:57 remaining here in the first half. Lovington 15, Portales 12. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Back here at the Ram Athletic Center in Portales, opening round of the 4A playoffs. Portales basketball out of the Lady Rams timeout. Actually, Lady Cat basketball out of the Lady Rams timeout. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. 5 Lee County games tonight, all across southeast New Mexico and 1 in northern New Mexico. The inbound going to be swatted away and stolen away into the hands of Ainsworth, and so that timeout proves fortunate for Coach Langen and Portales. Back down with Mayberry. Pushing it over to Benavidez. She'll sling it out right into the hands of Hernandez. 13th turnover for Portales. Two teams have traded a bunch of turnovers. Corral waits for traffic and some help. Gets it to Rios, and then she almost gets the pocket pick, but Corral is there. Corral will reset it out to Jabry. Jabry comes near side to Braylon, throws the high fastball into Abby, and Schaus off of the assist puts it up and in. That will be almost untouchable if they can keep that going. 17-12, 5-point Lovington lead equals the biggest lead for either team in the ball game. To Urban, who tosses out and around. Mayberry from the left corner for 3. That one is short, but Lujan with the rebound. Nobody out that far to get it for Lovington. Mayberry backs it up, and Portales will reset. Around to Bonda, bouncing it to Benavidez. And back around to Lujan, near side to Mayberry to Bonda. Bonda for a long 2, but there with the rebound is going to be Macho Benavidez, her first points of the ball game. Back to a 3-point Lovington lead. Braylon breaks the pressure, goes in, throws it to Abby, right baseline. No foul called, and the rebound by Bonda. The Boo Birds out, but then Ashland says, yeah, I'll just take it right back away from you, and we'll try this again. And she goes hard to the rack. Smashes it up and in. 4 points for Barunda, and Lovington answers 19-14 for the Lady Cats. 4:15 remaining here in the first half. Gomez bouncing it around to Benavidez. Tries to bounce it into the middle. Goes into the hands of Braylon Hernandez, who tries to outlet it, and she will, to Barunda, who comes near side to Corral. 15th turnover for Portales. Corral drives in hard, and she's going to get smacked. It's caught in a Lady Ram sandwich, and they call, the Boo Birds are out. They call the charge on Corral, an offensive foul. So Leslie's first personal, second team foul on the Lady Cats, and their 12th turnover. So the Boo Birds in blue not liking it. I thought she got hammered. But they're going to say she initiated the contact. So a turnover on the offense for Lovington. On the offensive foul, back comes Portales. Lovington up 19-14. To Ainsworth, behind the back pass, winds up in the hands of Lujan, then to Babalola. On her tight is Rivero back in the ball game. Throw it to Ainsworth in the right block. She'll turn around, and Abby blocks her loose on the court, and Silva, who's in, strips it away. Ainsworth pops her in the chin, and then they call the double dribble instead of the foul. I think Ainsworth got away with one right there. Forearm shiver right to the chin that a wrestler'd be proud to claim. So Lovington up by 5 on the attack. Barunda goes through traffic through the left lane and up and in with the left hand. Barunda, if she can get rolling, this could be Lovington's night. 21-14, back to a 7-point Lady Cat lead. Babalola bouncing it to Ainsworth, over to Lujan, right wing, 3-ball up, no good, and Ashland will come down with the rebound. That is her first. They trap her up with 2 players, but she finds the outlet to Rivero, to Silva, knocked away, and Silva manages to keep it and then goes to the floor, and they don't call the foul, but they will call the jump ball, and possession arrow goes Portales' way. 13 turnovers for the Lady Cats, but they lead by 7, 21-14, 2:54 to go here in the first. As Lujan will check out, back in is Gomez for Portales. Babalola runs the point and takes it right up center court. Move it around to Bonda, back to Babalola, trying to get it in to Gomez. Instead, they'll wind up in the hands of Ainsworth. 3 from the right slot. Her shot up, no good. And Bonda will chase it down in the deep left corner. Ball tipped, but into the hands of Mayberry to Babalola. Tossing back out to Mayberry. Takes it to the free throw line. Long cross-court pass, Babalola. Step back for 3 from the right wing. That one no good, and it'll be Silva with the rebound, her first. To Rivero. She pushes it forward to Abby, and then knocked away by a trailing Gomez, but they say Abby touched it last, so another turnover for the Lady Cats. 14 turnovers for Lovington, 16 for Portales. Lovington drops back in defense. Looks like they're going 2-3. Now they'll start switching off. Babalola with it. Long cross-court pass. Ashton almost goes after it. Bonda gets it and then gets blocked by Abby. Right back into her own hands. Back out to Mayberry. Mayberry works against Rivero to Babalola. Takes it into the right side of the paint. Puts up the shot. Not going to fall. And Bonda will save it out to Mayberry, who pulls the three-point trigger. Shot up, no good. Ashland trying to save it, and she will into the hands of Braylon Hernandez, but then turned right back over into the hands of Portales. 90 seconds remaining in the first. Ainsworth from the slot takes it in, and then a bad foul by Abby. As she's going to body into Ainsworth. That'll be the second personal on Schaus. 3rd team foul on the Lady Cats. And so Ainsworth will head to the line for 2. She is 0 of 2 from the free throw line. So Ainsworth at the line, eyes it, skies it, and that one is no good. Score remains 21-14, 1:28 remaining here in the first. Jabri Rios checks into the ball game as Abby will come out. Score updates coming in from around the area. We'll give it a minute. As Ainsworth at the line, missed the first, made the second. She's got 5 in the ball game. 21-15, and a steal on the inbound. Each team with 16 turnovers, and then a foul going to be called as Silva dives for it. Yep, and they're going to get Silva for the foul, her second personal. 4th team foul on Lovington. Yep, that one is on the floor. So Corral comes back in for Hernandez, Rios, Corral, Rivero, Barunda on the floor for Lovington, and Silva to Ainsworth. Turnaround from 12. That one is off the mark, and Ashland will have her second board of the ball game. The Wildcats senior had a whale of a season, and then almost another steal. Comes with 1:11 to go, but fortunately Lujan out of position to capitalize on it. Stays Lovington basketball. Get it in to Rivero. She flashes to the right baseline, but runs into trouble. To Silva. Uses up the dribble, and she'll just weave through and put it home. I didn't know the circus was in town, but I'll take it. 23-15. Lady Cats extend to 8. Under a minute to play in the first to Mayberry. Mayberry and Gomez kind of the straw that stirred the drinks here. To Gomez, to Ainsworth. Ainsworth out to the right wing. 3 on the way, and splash for Maria Lujan. First tray of the ball game. And now 23-18. Barunda back the other way. Takes it coast to coast. The little left-hand lay, no good. And Gomez with the rebound. Pushing it forward to Ainsworth. And she's partially blocked. Good job by Corral to get back to that one. Then Rivero gets mugged. They want the flagrant. They're not going to get it, but they will call the push foul on Lujan. 3rd team foul on Portales. Nice job by Rivero. So Lovington basketball up by 5, 22 and a half seconds to go Inbound to Barun to get it to Corral over the head of Babalola. Corral takes it hard in, tries to get it into the middle for Silva. Silva winds up with it. Then she'll toss it out. Rivero, left corner, 3-ball up, no good, and into the hands of Babalola. Portales back with Ainsworth. Toss it to Mayberry, unassisted, or rather unblocked on the right side. And a 3-point Lady Cat lead coming back and forth. And a whistle sounds, and that'll do it for the first half of play. We have got a good one. You would expect nothing else between these two teams at halftime. It is Lovington 23, Portales 20. Lady Cat basketball continues in just a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Norlee General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norlee Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norlee General Hospital? Call Norlee at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
Back here at the Ram Athletic Center in Portales, halftime of this opening round matchup in the playoffs between your Lovington Lady Cats and the Portales Rams. Tonight's game exclusively on video from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports, with rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association, of course purchased by New Walmart Broadcasting Corporation. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Tiff and Evie juggling the cats and the chainsaws back at One Radio Square. And score updates from our other 4 games tonight. Technically 5, but 2 teams are playing each other. So you are late in the first half at Tasker Arena in the 5A opening round. The Hobbs Lady Eagles taking it to Piedra Vista 32-7 in that one. You got a good one going on up in McCurdy at half. It's McCurdy 22, Jowl 21, a 2A 8-9 matchup. And then in Tatum late in the first half, it's Tatum all over Eunice 29-13. I hate that district opponents can play each other in the first round now. It used to not be that way. Of course, they changed that about it's probably right before COVID. So let's look at the numbers in this one. 23-20, Lovington in the lead. By the way, this is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, at some point you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. For Portales, they got three girls tied atop the score sheet with 5 points apiece. That would be Maria Lujan, Molly Ainsworth, and Addison Mayberry, all with 5. 3 points for Samantha Babalola and 2 points for April Macho Benavidez. Molly Ainsworth is their leading rebounder right now. She has 4 in the contest. As a team, Portales cleaned the glass 15 times in that first half. They go 3 of 7 from the charity stripe, so under 50%. Had 16 turnovers in the first half, 11 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second. That's how Portales gets to their 20 on the board. Turn the page for your Lovington Lady Wildcats. Abby Schaus putting on a show in the first half. She had 11 in the first half. She's also Lovington's leading rebounder with 5. 6 points for Ashlyn Barunda, who started taking charge a little bit late in the first half. Scored 4 of her 6 late in that half. She's had a lot of trouble breaking free. Valeria Silva off the bench next in the books with 4. And then Leslie Corral with 2 points. Mitchen Schaus with 5 rebounds in the ball game. 15 as a team for Lovington off the glass in this one. They go 7 of 10, 70% from the free throw line. Much better than they did here a couple of weeks ago. That was, they were under 50% in that ball game, and that was one of the factors that cost them that potential district championship tying ball game. 16 turnovers for Lovington in the first half, 10 points in the first, 13 in the second. That's how they get to their 23 on the board. So really these two teams playing about as even as you can play. Both teams with 15 rebounds, both teams with 16 turnovers. Lovington just making a little bit more of those turnovers in that first half with the 23-20 lead. But I mentioned it earlier, no lead is safe in this one for either side until the final whistle blows. For the Lovington Wildcats, your Napa Know-How keys to the second half, you've got to continue to feed the ball to Schaus. They do not have an answer for her in the red and white tonight. So you've got to just make sure that you control the ball and get it to her and give her an opportunity. Even if she doesn't make the shot, a lot of times she will get fouled, and she is deadly from the free throw line. And when they start doing that, that should, if they continue to crash in on Abby, that should open up Ashlyn to get more room. They have kept Babalola and Lujan and a couple other girls on her pretty much all night, resulting in a pretty quiet first quarter. But Chief has managed to adapt, and he's gotten some good play out there, especially from Silva and Corral. But you can't overlook Aubrey Rivero coming in off the bench, seeing some significant minutes. She had a couple of rebounds, but really the speed that she brings kind of helped free some things up at times there in that half. So she's done a very nice job seeing her first varsity action here tonight. So 23-20 our score at halftime. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, at some point you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. And we go to the second half right after this. It is win or go home time. Lovington 23, Portales 20. Lady Cat playoff basketball continues in a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, vac trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Back here at the Ram Athletic Center, opening round of the 2026 Nucinda NMAA State Basketball Playoffs. The number 8 Portales Lady Rams and our number 9 Lovington Lady Cats. The Lovington Lady Cats, the number 9 seed. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo here tonight. Great to have you with us. So 16 minutes to decide who moves on into the 4A quarterfinals and takes on number 1 Kirtland Central at the Pit on Tuesday afternoon. Tonight's game brought to you, the video brought to you exclusively by New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports, with rights granted by New Mexico Activities Association and purchased by New Walmart Broadcasting Corporation. So back to it, start of the second half of action. Lovington Lady Cat basketball starters on the floor for both teams. Corral to Rios to the front court. She works against Ainsworth. They'll have to toss it back out to Hernandez. Hernandez to Jabry. Jabry gets run out by Ainsworth, and a pass trying to get it to Corral, and Babalola almost takes it away but steps on the sideline. So Portales kicking the pressure back up once again. So it'll be Hernandez to inbound it. Has to get it in. Really will, but it'll be stolen away. First turnover of the half. Back down comes Ainsworth. She leans it in, and she's fouled. They're going to attack Corral for that one. Bad foul for Corral, but maybe it keeps Ainsworth from scoring on that one. So good hustle, maybe not that bad a foul. So it'll be her second personal. First team foul of the half. Ainsworth from the line puts it up and will miss it. Coming in, Valeria Silva goes in for Braylon Hernandez. Silva, Schaus, Rios, Barunda, and Corral on the floor for the Lady Cats. So Ainsworth missing her first attempt. Bends the knees, eyes it, skies it, and gets the second. And Portales strikes first here in the third quarter. Inbound to Barunda, to Corral, but they have all kinds of pressure on her. Overthrows Silva and into the hands of Gomez. That'll be turnover number 18 for Lovington. Ainsworth back down, goes around, tosses it to Mayberry. Mayberry out top of the arc. Barunda almost picks the pocket. Ball loose on the court, still loose on the court. Trying to get to it, and finally it'll be Lujan who controls it as Mayberry and Barunda slow to get up. Nobody's told those girls that this season's over yet. As Lujan controls it in front of her own bench, long cross-court pass, winds up in the hands of Mayberry under pressure from Rios. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter, 23-21 as the D-up chance starts from a good student section that came up from Lovington tonight. Into the free throw line to Mayberry. They'll work it back around. Now throw the fastball to Gomez on the right baseline. Shot up, no good. Ball still loose on the court. Mad scramble for the rebound. Jump ball called as Silva comes up from the bottom of it along with Gomez. Possession arrow stays with Portales. Oh, the inbound quickly to Lujan for three, and wow, tic-tac going to be called on Barunda. So that'll be 3 shots at it for Lujan. Barunda's first personal, second team foul. And so Maria Lujan at the line to shoot 3. The Rams guard usually very good from the line, and she gets the first one. So Lovington now just up by 1. 6:39 remaining here in the quarter. Portales on a mini run to start the half. Second shot is up, and she gets 2 of the first 3. And we are tied at 23 apiece. This is, sometimes Lovington has had that quarter where they've kind of fallen apart this season. Can't afford to have that in a playoff game right now as Lujan drains all 3 of them and puts Portales up. And off the inbound, they're going to call Silva for the foul as Babalola took it away from her. Silva, that'll be her third personal, third quick team foul on Lovington. That one will be on the floor, but it'll be turnover number 19 for the Lady Cats. 24-23, Portales in the lead. Into Ainsworth, back to Babalola on the left baseline. Shot up, no good, over the block of Schaus. Ball loose on the court, rolls out, and last touch by the Lady Cats. Portales gets a chance to reset it. So far, the first 2.5 minutes or a minute and a half of this one has not gone Lovington's way. As Barunda battles with Ainsworth, and they say Barunda touched it last. So now Ainsworth from just right of her own bench. Lovington still out on the floor to Babalola to Ainsworth, left elbow, and then around to Gomez, left baseline. Puts it up, and Jabri will come away with it off of the glass. Trying to throw it down, and another steal and another turnover, but then overthrowing as the teams trade turnovers. Babalola, you can tell Coach Langen probably told Babalola, wherever Corral goes, you go, and then the tip on the inbound out stays Lovington basketball as Corral crashing to the floor. She and Lujan were battling. 24-23, 6:09 to go in the third. Jabri pushes it in, and Silva can't handle it, and another turnover for the Lovington Lady Cats. Things kind of falling apart here early. A 4-0 run, and Chief says, yep, let's talk about it. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we will just keep it right here. Say a big thanks to all of our great sponsors who make Lovington Lady Cat playoff basketball possible. Video included. At least for this round, we will not be allowed to video anything from up in Albuquerque, but tonight we managed to secure those rights thanks to our friends at Aftermath Auto Wheel Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, B&B Rentals, First American Bank of Lovington, Bob Thriftway and the Gandy Corp, just to name a few. Of course, you see them all there on your screen. You're hearing their ads. Could not do it and bring these to you absolutely free of charge in video and audio form without those great folks. So when you need a good or service, be sure you support those businesses that support your community. So out of the Lovington timeout, it'll be Portales basketball. 6:08 remaining here in the third. A 1-point Portales lead. The loser's season is over. The winner moves to the pit on Tuesday night. Lujan, long cross-court pass to Babalola. Jabri gets to her quickly, bounce onto the right baseline and then out to Ainsworth. Thought about the three, but Barunda got to her quickly. Now they move it around, and Lujan has a wide open look and puts that one up, and it's no good. And then Ainsworth will come away with it, and then she's fouled. A little bit of frustration for the Lady Cats. They're going to call the push foul on Corral. Her third personal, fourth team foul on Lovington. Babalola to inbound. That one was on the floor. Toss it around to Mayberry. Mayberry to Babalola. Much better ball movement for Portales here as they get it to Gomez on the right baseline, and she goes over Abby, splashes it home. That is the first bucket of the ball of the half. There's been scores, but they've all been from the line as they call the push foul on Babalola, her second personal. First team foul on Portales here in the second half. Bonda comes in for Babalola. Lovington basketball now trailing by 3. At one point, they trailed by 7. Came back, and then at one point went back up by 9, but now Portales taking it the other way. To Corral, they're going to try and trap her up. Ball loose on the court, and they are going to get, they're going to get Lujan for her third personal. Second team foul. Wildcat faithful wanting the flagrant. Don't think it was flagrant. Just girls fighting for the ball. Jabri from between the Portales bench and the scorer's table will get it into Silva. She gets popped in the face by Bonda, no call. I guess no blood, no foul. What we're doing here, get it into Schaus and knocked away by Gomez. Stays Lovington basketball. The pace of this one was frantic in the first half. Kind of slowed down here in the third quarter. Quick push into Corral. Lujan gets to her quickly. And then, Mayberry going to throw the hip check onto Barunda. And Ashland slow to get up. That'll be Mayberry's first personal, third team foul. And again, they want the flagrant, but they're not going to get it. Ashland up off the floor. Good to see she's feeling all right. Took a pretty hard collision there. Again, I don't think that one was flagrant. I think it was just a hard collision. Physical basketball. The inbound to Silva, and that one is going to be taken away by Lujan. She'll take it coast to coast, but she will miss the layup, and Jabry will have her fourth board. Goes backside to Corral, and Lujan almost taking that one away. Lovington needs to adjust to the pressure. They know it's coming, so they got to figure this out. They did late in the first quarter and into the second quarter, but Portales has redoubled their efforts. Now on the trap, get it to Corral. She breaks it, tossing it over. Silva from the left block. Falls away and gets blocked, but into the hands of Rios. Tossing it over to Barunda. Takes it to the left baseline. 5-footer up, no good. Gets her own rebound, and then she's going to get hammered. She'll head to the line for two. As they are going to call that one, I think, on Bonda. We'll see for sure. Yep, they're going to get Bonda for that one, so that'll be her second personal. That'll be the fourth team foul on Portales, and Barunda at the line. Ashlyn eyes it, skies it, flies it, good. And finally, Lovington breaks the ice on the third quarter. Rios out, Rivero in. Took them nearly half the quarter to score, but they did, and they're only down by two. Barunda at the line. Second one on the way, and nothing but the bottom of the net. 8 points for Barunda, 26-25. Portales in the lead with 4:32 remaining here in the third. Back and forth seesaw affair for the right to move on in the state tournament. Gomez to Ainsworth, back to Gomez. Long cross-court pass to Lujan. Into the free throw line with Ainsworth. They wanted the palm, they didn't get it. Then she'll sling it cross-court to Bonda. Bonda trying to get it inside to Ainsworth. Abby got a hand on it, and then Silva takes it away, and the possession arrow goes to Lovington. She got tied right back up. 18th turnover for Portales. But that may just be the spark Lovington needs to kick it in the fanny here in this third quarter. Trailing by one, Rivero into Abby, but Schaus gets it taken away from her by Lujan. Then a wide open Ainsworth from the left wing. Shot up, no good. Rivero will have her third board of the ball game. They try and trap her up. She tangles up with Bonda. Ball goes loose on the court, and they call the kick on Lovington, and it'll be a turnover for the Lady Cats. Ouch. So still 26-25, Portales basketball off the Lovington turnover. Ainsworth from left of her own bucket gets it into Lujan, gets it right back. Tossing it right to Rivero, another turnover. Trying to transition, Rivero crosses the timeline, ball gets tipped. She manages to keep her hands on it and then knocked away by Bonda on the far side as Rivero goes to the floor. April Macho Benavides comes in for Portales as Ainsworth will come out. Lujan, Macho Benavides, Bonda, Gomez, and Mayberry on the floor for Portales. To Schaus at the free throw line. Abby wide open for just a minute. Into Barunda. Mayberry picks her up quickly, and they bring over player to help, and then Corral for three, and WNBA distance one. Benavides will get the rebound. That is her second. 3:39 to go. Business trying to pick up here to Gomez. She has a wide open lane, and she cruises it home. Her fourth point of the ball game. 3-point lead again for Portales. Rivero takes it to the front court and then knocked away from behind by Bonda. Stays Lovington basketball. Lovington now with 24 turnovers. That's 8 turnovers in the quarter, and we've still got 3:20 to go. To Abby at the left elbow. Now back out to Corral between the rings. Corral gets a pick from Schaus. Has to hand it off to Rivero. Rivero from the right to the left. To Barunda, throws it into Abby and over her head, but I think going to be touched last. Yep, it was by either Gomez or Benavides, so stays Lovington basketball. So Silva from in front of the Lovington bench. 3-point Lovington deficit. Lovington has only tried 2 trays in the ballgame. Neither has fallen, and yep, that'll be a shoulder block thrown by Mayberry. That'll be her second personal. 5th team foul, and so Lovington going to be in the bonus. This is where you can make your money. Lovington 70% in the first half from the line. Let's see if they can keep that or maybe even make it a little better in the second half. Barunda's first one is up and good. Lovington back to within 2. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Lovington will be in the bonus. The last 3 minutes of this one, now's the time to attack on offense. Second one up, Ashland gets them both. 9 points in the ball game for Barunda. Lovington back to within 1. Sportalis to the front court. Bonda trying to get it into Benavidez, then they'll toss it to Gomez. Long cross-court pass, wide open look. 3 ball on the way for Lujan, no good. And it'll be another rebound for Silva, and then she's going to get clonked. Best way I can say it is, Benavidez clonked her. Now that'll be April Macho Benavidez's first personal. 16 foul, so we'll walk 80 feet back down the floor, and Silva heads to the line for 2. Valeria Silva, her first trip to the stripe with a chance to tie this one back up or take the lead for Lovington. Pardon me, I said 9 for Barunda. It's now 10 for Barunda. So Silva, first trip to the stripe this evening, puts up the first and rattles it home, and we are tied again at 28 apiece. The back and forth continues here at the rack in Portales. So Ainsworth will come in for Gomez. 2:43 remaining here in the quarter. Winner moves on, loser plays softball and runs track. Second one is up, and Silva gets them both. She's got 6 in the ball. Said Lovington needed that third wheel. Silva may very well wind up being it in this game. To Bonda, picks up the dribble, long cross-court pass. Ainsworth not able to track it down. Turnover number 20 for Portales. So give it back to Lovington. So Silva will come in to inbound it. Of course, full court pressure on for Portales. It has been a long time since the Lady Cats earned their, it's been over a decade since the Lady Cats played in the Albuquerque portion of the tournament. Too early to talk about that now, though. They lead 29-28. So the high inlet pass to Schaus, leaps up to get it. The turnaround from 5, no good. Battles for it and then gets hit from behind and winds up in the hands of Barunda. Her fourth and the 3 ball up, that one no good. And it will be Macho Benavidez with her third board of the ball game. Lovington with some opportunities, but coming up empty. So back the other way with Portales. Under 2 to play here in the third. Lovington Sports YouTube exclusive video coverage tonight, as Barunda gets a hand on that one, trying to get Ainsworth going to the left corner. So it'll be Bonda to inbound it in front of her own bench. Tosses it in to the hands of Lujan. Over to Mayberry, far sideline to Bonda. Thought about the 3. Bonda controls again. She's just going to play catch with Mayberry. To Lujan, back to Mayberry, back to Bonda. Get it into Ainsworth from the right elbow, 15-footer up, air ball, and Barunda comes away with it for Lovington. Makes a nifty little move to get some room as Barunda underhand scoop up and in. 12 points for Ashland. And the Lady Cats go up 31-28. Script has flipped yet again, a 3-point Lovington lead. Back to where we were to start the half. To Ainsworth at the free throw line. To Bonda, left wing, 3 ball up. That one not going to fall. And Silva with another rebound. Out-battled Abby for that one. Now Corral goes around and through, flashes, fakes the pass, takes it home, not good, but Abby is there with the rebound, and then she's hammered. And Lujan slow to get up. They're going to call the foul on Ainsworth. That'll be her third personal. And we will move the camera off the injured player. You certainly hope Lujan's all right. She is being helped off the court, and we will have an injury timeout. And she's kind of favoring, we're not going to speculate. We can say she's just favoring one of her legs, but you certainly hope that that young lady is all right. She's played her heart out all season long. You hate to see anybody get hurt. This game has been extremely physical, though. So Babalola back in for her, and Schaus at the free throw line. 4-2, under a minute to play here in the third quarter. So Abby at the line, 11 points for Schaus. The UTPB found senior clanks the first one. Mentioned earlier, Abby would not be playing again here in Portales. That's a misstatement. She just won't be playing here at the Ram Athletic Center. She'll be playing over at Eastern when UTPB comes to town. Second one on the way for Abby, and that one is in and out, no good, but it'll be Barunda with the rebound. Her putback's not going to fall, and then it'll be Benavidez who will come away with it. So some golden opportunities to stretch it out lost for the Lady Cats. Mayberry to Bonda to Babalola. To the free throw line with Ainsworth to Mayberry, right wing, 3-ball up, no good. And Barunda has her 7th board of the ball game. To Rivero, push it forward to Abby. Abby, the stop and go, shot up, no good. No, they call the travel. Dadgummit. 25th turnover for the Lady Cats. I thought she had stopped, and Chief thought she'd stop too. Put on the emergency brakes and slid it up to keep them from going around, and Chief is barking. I've called Chief for a lot of years, and the only time I've ever seen him get teed up was in this gym a couple of weeks ago. To Mayberry inside, and then she travels, so I think maybe just a little bit of return the favor there. Portales not liking the call any better than Lovington like the one a minute ago. 15 seconds remaining in the third. Corral turns on the Jets, gets it around Babalola. Heads up the left lane, throws the high inlet to the right baseline to Abby. Shot up, no good. She's fouled. They're going to get Benavidez for her 2nd personal, and now Schaus at the line to try and stretch it back out for the Lady Cats. They lead by 3, 31-28. 8 seconds to go here in the third. Winner moves on to Tuesday afternoon at the Pit in Albuquerque. Abby at the line. Eyes it, skies it, and gets that one to go. She's got 12 in the ball game. And now 32-28. Barunda and Schaus both with 12 points. Second on the way. And Abby gets them both. 33-28, 5-point Lady Cat lead. 7 seconds remaining in the quarter. To Ainsworth, blocked by Schaus, takes it away from her, and that will end the quarter as Corral bounces it and bangs it off of the PA speakers. Don't go anywhere, we're back for the fourth right after this. Lovington 33, Portales 28. Lady Cat basketball back in a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
8 minutes to decide who moves on to the Pit in Albuquerque. Welcome back to the Ram Athletic Center, the RAC here in Portales, opening round of the 2026 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Girls Playoffs. Number 9 Lovington looking to knock off number 8 Portales, 2 district foes going at it. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Great to have you with us wherever you are, Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world. Here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Ooh, almost a travel to Ainsworth and blocked by Schaus. Good job by Abby on that right baseline to knock it away, and we are underway. It was a physical matchup through 3 quarters. I would expect to see the same here as Ainsworth gets it into Babalola, around to Mayberry, bouncing it over to Ainsworth, deep right corner, 3-ball up, that one touches the iron, and Abby will have the rebound. That's her 7th. Needs some help, though. Finally gets it with Braylon. Hernandez, they try and trap her up, but Corral says, I got you back. Corral weaves through, goes hard through the right lane, shot up, no good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Gomez, and then on transition the other way, and into the hands of Barunda, she swats it away. Ashland keeps it herself, turns on the Jets to Abby, all alone on the right baseline and up and in. 35-28, and timeout going to be taken by Lovington. 7:21 to go in the ballgame. Lady Cats in the lead. We're back right after this. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
Back here at Portales at the Ram Athletic Center, Lovington takes the timeout, leading this one 35-28. I'm TJ Miracle, back to it. It'll be Portales basketball with the Lady Cats in the lead. Schaus the leading scorer with 14 points for Lovington. Barunda right behind her with 12. To the front court comes Mayberry, bounces it over, gets it back after what should have been a kickball, and then tic-tac. They're going to call the push on Barunda after what should have been a kickball the other way. Second personal on Ashland, just the first team foul, so not too bad. You still got a long way to go, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. No lead is safe in this one until the final gun sounds. Push it in. Then work it around to Babalola to the baseline with Gomez and then back out. That'll be Ainsworth. Tries to take it between two Lady Cats and scoop it up. Shot not going to fall in. Last touch by Gomez. Turnover for Portales. Give it back to Lovington. Maria Lujan back in the ball game. Still looks like she's a little hobbled, but she is a warrior. Glad to see her back out there. Lovington basketball with 6:53 remaining here in the contest. Winner moves on to Albuquerque Tuesday afternoon. Schaus just picks it up and lets everybody go ahead of it, but then gets stripped down when she moves the ball down to Gomez to Lujan, top of the arc, WNBA distance three, no good, and Abby comes away with the rebound, her 8th. Needs some help, has to go behind her to Braylon Hernandez. Braylon will hand it off to Corral, still in the backcourt. They've got to get it across. They're at 8, and they're okay. They got it through in time. Corral to the front court, runs into Babalola. And then they're going to call the double dribble. I don't know how they got that one. Looked like she kept going, but all right. 27 turnovers for Lovington. Lady Cats up 35-28. Can this 9th-seeded Lady Cats squad start a Cinderella run? It's what we'll find out here in 6.5 minutes. Babalola to Lujan, to Mayberry, picks up her dribble, has to bounce it to Gomez and then back out to Lujan. Ball loose on the court and Corral going to come away with it. And Lovington basketball, Lujan desperately tries to get it back, swats it away and out. 25 turnovers for Portales. This game has been back and forth. It's about as even as you can get everywhere. And right now, this 7-point lead ties the biggest of the ball game for either team. The high inlet to Abby on the baseline, goes to the low post, shot up, and it is off the mark and then swatted out into the hands of Chief Bridgeforth by Gomez. It'll stay Lovington basketball. So Lady Cat basketball, Braylon Hernandez will inbound it. Just in front of her own bench, gets it in at the 5 to Jabry. Jabry gets collapsed and collided into. Yep, 2 shots for Jabry. They're going to get Ainsworth for her 4th personal, I've got to think. Yep, it will be on Ainsworth. That'll just be the first team foul in the quarter, but it'll put Jabry Rios at the line for 2. Jabry 4 boards in the ball game, but an opportunity now to get in the scorebook and to stretch out the lead. Jabry bends the knees, puts up the first. It is off the mark. Lovington shooting 75% from the free throw line. Now back down to 70. It's Macho Benavidez in for Ainsworth. Rios missing the first, putting up the second, just pushes it up, and that one no good. And it'll be Gomez who gets her 4th board of the ball game for Portales. Back down come the Lady Rams. Still a lot of time in this one with 5.5 remaining in the contest. Throw it to Babalola, then trying to get it in, and they do, right to Abby. So another turnover, give it to Lovington, to Barunda, turns on the Jets. Ashland goes hard to the floor, it is loose, and it'll be Gomez who comes away with it, and they're going to call a jump, they're going to call a foul, what are they going to call? They are going to call the push foul. And if they put that on Molly Ainsworth, she is done. Or are they just going to say official timeout? So into Barunda, and then they're going to say jump ball, and it'll stay Lovington basketball. The Lady Cat faithful wanting the foul. They're not going to get it. This crew has called it very evenly. They've let a lot of physicality go that in times in the regular season you wouldn't see it. As Babalola will steal away the inbound, and she will take it unimpeded to the rack on the fast break. Babalola with 5, and now Lovington back up by 5. And a timeout going to be taken with 5:15 remaining in the ball game, as it'll be Portales who will take the 60, so we'll take it with them. Lovington Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
As the back and forth affair continues, is it Portales' turn to claw back into this one? Both teams have been out to 7-point leads multiple times. The other team has come back, and now it's a 5-point lead for Lovington. 5:15 to go here at the rack, opening round of the NMAA 2026 Girls Playoffs. So Lovington basketball up by 5. Can they find the gear they need for the last 5:15 of this one to finally get themselves back up to the pit in Albuquerque? Braylon will push it in right at the 5, gets it to Jabry at the free throw line, but then off of her foot and to Portales, and Lujan. She's going to miss the point blanker. Ball loose on the court, a mad scramble for it, and finally it'll be Hernandez who comes away with it. And then a whistle sounds. Portales not liking it, as they are going to call on Lujan. That'll be her 4th personal. Second team foul on Portales. Lovington basketball. Valeria Silva back in. She goes in for Braylon. Silva's had a whale of a game. 6 points, 4 rebounds. And it's her 6 points and those boards that have really helped Lovington. So Jabry will pull the trigger on the inbound, gets it to Silva. But then she's going to get her pocket picked by Lujan. 30th turnover. Lujan takes it hard to the rack and scores. 10 points for Lujan. And now back to a 3-point ball game. Quickly back into the front court come the Lady Cats on offense. Corral working against Babalola. They split her. They bump her, no call, and then they're going to call the block foul. And that'll do it for Lujan, or it should. Yep, that's it for Lujan. She is done, her 5th personal. And that is not what the Portales Lady Rams wanted to see. Their leading scorer going to foul out of this one with 10. And so it'll be another steal for Portales on the inbound. So Macho Benavidez takes it hard, and she is going to be bumped. 10 points for Lovington in that 3rd. They're going to call that on Silva. But then they're going to point it the other way. So Silva picks up her 4th personal. Sorry, doing a little paperwork behind the scenes here. So Lovington won the 3rd quarter 10-8. Now can they win the 4th and the ball game up by 3? Another potential foul as Corral goes hard to the floor, and then a foul going to get called. They're going to get Mayberry. Yep, that'll be on Mayberry. That'll be her 3rd personal. That'll be the 4th team foul, so Lovington in the bonus. Oh, I missed a foul somewhere. That is the 5th team foul, so Mayberry with her 3rd personal. And so Barunda heads to the line to try and stretch this one back out a little bit. Up by 3 with 4:29 to go here in the fourth. First one for Ashland is up and good. She's got 13 in the ball game. 4-point lead for Lovington. That's 2 possessions. 2 conventional possessions. You can have a 4-point play. And then Ashland will take it to a for sure 2-possession lead. Back up to 5 for the Lovington Lady Cats. 4.5 remaining in the ball game. Lovington wanted the clock to stop or start a little sooner than it did. Babalola to Camacho to Gomez. Shot up, count the bucket and the foul. Lizette Gomez got loose on the right baseline. And then they are going to attack Abby for that one, I think. Nope, they're actually going to get Rios. That'll be her 3rd personal. 3rd team foul on the Lady Cats. Gomez at the line for 2, or rather for the and 1, I should say. Gomez's and 1 is up, and it is good. Lizette Gomez. And now 37-35, 2-point Lovington lead. Barunda loses it off of her foot, ball loose on the court, and a mad scramble for it, and Portales comes away with it, and Babalola takes it through the left lane and up and in. Babalola with 7, and we are tied at 37 apiece. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. The back and forth is back. Who wins the last 4 minutes? Barunda, the underhand scoop, no good, but Abby is there with the rebound, but then it gets stolen away from her. But it'll wind up in the hands of Barunda as Abby outfights everybody, but then goes out off of somebody's foot. And another turnover for Lovington. That is 33 turnovers for the Lady Cats. Ouch. Portales not a whole lot better with 26. So Babalola takes it into the offensive zone for the Lady Rams. Toss it over to Babalola all alone from the left wing. Shot up, no good. Macho Benavidez trying to save it. The air ball goes out. And it'll be Lovington basketball. Back and forth we go. Jabri Rios. The high inlet gets it to Abby, who tosses it to Corral. Turns on the Jets to the front court. Saves it, gets it to Silva, needs some help, but yep, then she traveled, picked up the pivot foot. 34 turnovers for Lovington. Lovington not liking it, but yeah, I could see the pivot foot come up. They're going to get you for that every time. Silva's played a heck of a game, all tied at 37, 3:15 to go. Camacho Benavidez then stolen away by Barunda. Barunda pushes it forward to Corral. Corral takes it hard to the rack, and she's fouled. Leslie picks up the foul. They're going to call Babalola for her 3rd personal. Lovington will be in the bonus. So if the Lady Cats can convert on their free throws in a free throw shooting contest, they can move on to the pit for the game against the Lady Broncos. First one up for Leslie, and that one is going to fall off the mark. A lot of pressure on the freshman out there. 3:07 remaining in the contest. Corral with 2 points. Trying to give Lovington the 1-point lead back. As the stands start shaking. Corral eyes it, skies it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. She's got 3, and Lovington's back up 38-37. 7-point leads, 2 7-point leads. Both ways have been wiped out. Push it around to the right elbow. Turn around for Ainsworth. Shot up, no good. Ball loose. Battle for it. Coming away with it will be Benavidez for her 5th, and then she's fouled. They're going to get Abby for that one, I'm pretty sure. Yep, they will. That'll be the 3rd personal on Schaus. 4th team foul on the Lady Cats is on the floor, but now Portales in the bonus too. So the bounce pass in and into the hand. Ashland with Mayberry playing trailer comes in, and no foul called and out of bounds, and they say Ashland touched it last as she crashes into the boards. No foul called. Chief and his assistants are all not happy about that one. As Ashland asked, you sure I touched it last? And the ref says, yes, ma'am, you did. Chief calling out the defense from the sideline. 2:40 to go, a 1-point Lovington lead. It is win or go home time, playoff time here in the land of enchantment. Bounce pass comes into Gomez, back out to Mayberry between the rings to Ainsworth, right corner. Silva gets to her quickly, the long cross-court pass. Babalola looking for room to go, Jabry not letting her. Into Macho Benavides, she splits through two Lady Cats, and they are going to whistle up, see if they get Silva or Abby on it. They're going to get Abby. That'll be her fourth personal, and that will put Portales in the bonus. So Macho Benavides at the line. April Macho Benavides, hyphenated last name. So a chance to tie it or take the lead from the line for Benavides, and she will tie it. All up at 38 apiece, and now Abby's out there with 4 fouls, so she's got to be aware of it. Got some score updates we'll share with you here in a few minutes. Second one is up, and Benavides misses that one, and Abby will have her 10th rebound. She's got her double-double in the playoff game. But back the other way, and it is stolen away by Portales. Another turnover for Lovington. Ouch. Macho Benavides to Babalola, tied at 38. Ainsworth to Mayberry, right baseline, partially blocked. It is loose on the floor, and it'll be Silva who comes away with it. To Barunda, they swat at her. She gets through it. Back down through the lane. The wild hook shot is up, no good. Another rebound for Abby, and her putback no good. Gets another rebound. Fall away and put it up and in. Abby gives Lovington the lead. 40-38 to Babalola. Off of the dive by Barunda, goes to the baseline, and then she's fouled. If it's on Abby, her night's done. And Schaus is hurt. They're going to call that one on Jabry Rios. That'll be her fourth personal. And Babalola heads to the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the bonus. Babalola with 7. 96 seconds remaining in regulation. Babalola's first is up, and it is good. 40-39 the score. Now Bonda will come in for Macho Benavides. Schaus, Corral, Rios, Barunda, and Rivero out for Lovington. Babalola's second one is up. That one is no good, and the ball out of bounds. Last touch. Oh, are you kidding me? Abby, don't bark. I think it was off of Ainsworth, too. Don't bark. Because if you get teed up, that's done, and I don't think you would get to play in the semis or in the quarters if they were in, and then a kick ball going to be called on Lovington. So it'll stay Portales basketball. Lovington 40, Portales 39. These two teams have battled back and forth all season long. Now a trip to the pit is on the line. The inbound to Ainsworth, and they'll eventually settle it in with Mayberry. 1:20 remaining. 1 point Lovington lead. The defense chance starts to my right in the visitors section. Babalola with Jabry on her to Ainsworth. Goes through the baseline and then off of the leg. So stays Portales basketball, with all the bouncing going on. The camera moving around a little bit. So the inbound will come to Mayberry. Mayberry from the high post picks it up and then stolen away by Corral. Back the other way comes the freshman, and she gets nailed from behind. And they're going to say no foul. She loses the basketball. Are you kidding me? She got tackled from behind, and Chief is going to take the timeout so nobody gets teed up. And I think that is the right call for the veteran coach. 1:01 remaining in the contest. Lovington 40, Portales 39. We'll be back. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
During the whole timeout, Chief Bridgeforth has been barking at any official who will listen to him. We are back, and don't get teed up. We don't want to see that for anybody. So a 1-point Lovington lead, 61 seconds remaining. Who punches their ticket to Albuquerque? Lovington up by 1. Bonda to Mayberry. Mayberry picks up the dribble, needs some help, bounces it to Ainsworth at the free throw line, then over to Bonda in the right wing. Tossing over, they'll throw it into the middle. Ball loose on the court, still loose. They're going to call the jump ball, and it'll stay Portales basketball on the possession arrow. If you're Lovington, you need to take it away here if you can. Gomez going to go against Abbey. They'll push it into Ainsworth at the right elbow. Around to Bonda, picks up the dribble. Now to Mayberry from the free throw line. She got bumped, no call, so they're calling it both ways as knocked away by Rios. But back into the hands of Babalola, and timeout going to be taken this time by Coach Langen. It is just a 30, so we will keep it right here with under 30 seconds to go, 28.8 to go. Big thanks to Lovington Auto Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lovington Municipal Schools, LECO, Lasco Construction, Nowell Pharmacy, Stonewall Field Services, Norley Hospital District, also IPS Incorporated and R360, making Lovington Lady Cat playoff basketball possible here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And it's because of those great folks and all of our great sponsors that we never have to charge you or beg you for donations to watch your kids and teams play. I'm TJ Miracle live here at the RAC, the Ram Athletic Center in Portales, opening round of the playoffs. Winner moves on, loser goes home, and awaiting the winner Tuesday afternoon at the pit will be number 1, Kirtland Central, who knocked off Goddard earlier tonight, 61-40. I've got some finals coming in from the other Lee County games tonight. We'll talk about those as time allows. I have a feeling neither coach going to leave any timeouts on the board. They've each got one remaining. So Babalola from the far sideline. Clock moves, 28 seconds to go. A 1-point Lovington lead. Ball loose on the floor, but right into the hands of Mayberry. They'll get it into the corner to Ainsworth and knocked away by Rios. Lovington fans not liking it, but I think Jabry probably did touch that one last. So Ainsworth looks to get it in. She will at the 4 count, then gets it right back. Long cross-court pass to Babalola. Into Gomez, into the free throw line. And then the runner is up, no good by Mayberry. Gets her own rebound. And then the 12-foot turnaround is no good. Battle for it. Mayberry tries to get it, and Lovington basketball. That's what the Lady Cats needed. 5 seconds to go, and there is a 1-point difference, and timeout is going to be taken. We'll just keep it right here. And that'll be Lovington who takes the timeout. Their final timeout, 40-39, Lovington basketball with 5 seconds to go. Finals coming in from the other games we have got tonight. Looks like it has been, all in all, a pretty good night for Lee County. Hobbs slaughters Piedra Vista 59-19 tonight. So the Lady Eagles will be moving on to Albuquerque next week. You've got the Tatum Lady Coyotes moving on as they knocked off Eunice tonight. Tough game, though. Eunice showed up 61-38. So unfortunately, the Lady Cardinals season is over, but Tatum will move on. They get, of course, the wonderful 8 a.m. game on Tuesday morning. And it is late in the ball game. Jowl trying to pull the 8-9 upset over McCurdy. They lead it 40-35 late in the fourth. 40-39 here at the Ram Athletic Center. Lovington 5 seconds away from punching their ticket back to the pit for the first time in more than a decade. Can they do it? You've got to get this ball in some way, somehow, anyway. So back to the action. It'll be Jabry looking to inbound it, and she will just throw it down. It'll be a foot race. It bounces. Ashland gets to it, and then she is fouled by Mayberry. Her 4th personal. So Ashland Barunda with 4 seconds to go. They should have run a little more time off the clock. Well, no, they shouldn't have. It doesn't until somebody touches it, so that's right. But now Ashland Barunda at the line for 2. Can the Lady Cats, leading scorer this season, and senior. Get them forward and in and out, no good. That is the first miss of the night for Ashland, and it'll stay 40-39. If Ashland can get this one, 3 would still win it for Portales. 2 would send it to overtime. Second one for Barunda is good. 15 points for Ashland. Barunda 41-39, and Chief will take his final timeout of the ball game. So 4.7 seconds to go. These two teams have hammered it out and hammered at each other since the word go. Lovington scored first. Portales then scored 9 unanswered to go up by 7. Lovington then crawled back and clawed back and went up by 7. Then Portales came back and went up by 7. Then Lovington came back and at one point was up by 7. And now they're up by 2 with 4.7 seconds to go. So we've had 4 7-point leads in the ball game. 2 for each team, and now we've got 4.7 seconds on the clock. A lot of 4s and a lot of 7s in this ball game, but 41-39, that is the number that matters. Will be Portales basketball out of the timeout. 2 ties it and sends it to overtime. 3 wins it for the Lady Rams. If you're Lovington, I think you might almost concede the 2. That way they can't beat you with the 3. I am glad I am up here and not down there. There is not an empty seat in the red, black, and white seating here at the Ram Athletic Center. Babalola, Mayberry, Ainsworth, Bonda, Gomez on the floor for Portales. As the roll will come in with 4, with 3. Babalola to Ainsworth into the corner. Bonda at the buzzer is blocked. It is over. And they call the foul. They call the foul on the shot. Portales will have a chance to win it from the free throw line. Are you kidding me? Holy cow. As they are going to call it on Jabri Rios, and Jabri is done for the night. That'll be her 5th foul. And so at the line, Delaney Bonda with a chance to win it from the free throw line. Valerie Silva going to come in for Bonda. So look at what is the pressure like on Delaney Bonda. So Bonda at the free throw line. A foul called at the buzzer on a 3-pointer. They put 0.4 of a second back on the clock. So Bonda with a chance to win it potentially from the free throw line. The first one is up and no good. So now the best she can hope for is the tie. The tension, you can cut it. Probably hear my heart racing. Back in Lovington, second for Bonda. No good, and the Lady Cats will have the victory. The late foul in Lovington for the first time in more than a decade. We've still got 4/10 on the second, so I'll hold off. Bonda at the line. Shot is up, and she gets that one home. She actually needed to miss that one as the inbound will come in to Rivero, and for the first time in more than a decade, the Lovington Lady Cats have punched their ticket to the pit in Albuquerque, and they will take on the Kirtland Central Lady Broncos on Tuesday night. What a ball game as the Portales monkey off the back of the Lady Cats. We'll come back and wrap this one up. Lady Cat basketball in the playoffs continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services, Norlee General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norlee Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norley General Hospital? Call Norley at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
Back here for your Lady Wildcat postgame show as Lovington wins the thriller tonight, 41-40. And a chance to win it at the end from Delaney Bonda, but she misses 2 of her 3 free throws, and Lovington moves on for the first time in more than a decade to the pit. Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one for Portales. Their leading scorer tonight was Maria Lujan. She had 10. 8 points for Samantha Babalola. 7 points, Lizette Gomez. 6 points for Molly Ainsworth. 5 points for Addison Mayberry. 3 points for April Macho Benavidez. And a point for Delaney Bonda. Portales goes 11 of 18 from the free throw line. Ainsworth and Benavidez with 5 rebounds apiece. They had 24 rebounds as a team. 30 turnovers for Portales. For your victorious Lovington Lady Wildcats, Abby Schaus leads the charge tonight. She has 16 points to go along with 12 boards, a double-double tonight for Abby. Ashen Barunda, 15 points to go along with 6 rebounds, and she also goes, let's see, that is 4, 8, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. They needed those points tonight. So 2 Lady Cats in double figures. Valeria Silva off the bench with 6 points, providing just enough spark that they needed to move them forward. And then 3 points for Leslie Corral. Lovington goes 19 of 28 from the free throw line. Leading rebounder, of course, Schaus with 12 of those, 34 rebounds. So Lovington winning the rebounding battle by 10 tonight. 36 turnovers, way too many, but at the end of the day, if you get the victory, that is all that matters. So the Lady Cats will be moving on in the playoffs as they will take on Kirtland Central 3 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon from the pit in Albuquerque. Will we have that game? You bet we will. We will not be allowed to video it, but we will have the audio for you here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. So a thrilling victory tonight, and the Lady Cats finally heading back to Albuquerque and the pit, the 4A quarterfinals on Tuesday afternoon. Big thanks to Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. From a partner in crime, Dawn Morgan, on assignment tonight. I'm TJ Miracle saying so long. Tonight's game brought to you by Aftermath Auto Oil Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, First American Bank of Lovington, B&B Rentals, Bob's Thriftway, the Gandy Corporation, Lovington Auto Supply Napa, New Mexico Junior College, Lovington Schools, LECO, Lasco Construction, Now Pharmacy, Stonewall Field Services, Norley Hospital District, also R360 and IPS Incorporated. We will see you at the pit on Tuesday afternoon. Tonight's game brought to you under the authority of the New Mexico Activities Association, with rights granted by them and purchased by No Walmart Broadcasting, exclusive video rights tonight. We'll see you up at the pit for more Lovington Lady Cat basketball on Tuesday, right here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Good night and good weekend.